So there have been some developments in the Leah Ashe and Megan Play situation. More specifically, a bunch of new information and old clips have resurfaced, and we're going to be doing a deep dive today. And to give you guys a quick overview in case maybe you want to skip over some parts of the video, the stuff we're going to be discussing today includes Megan's new videos, comments confirming that she's now single, which includes her going out saying she's single and her no longer wearing her wedding ring, proof that the video of Zach and Leah is allegedly not AI, the video where she discusses how her first boyfriend cheated on her with her best friend and now it's allegedly happened again, and the video where she talks about having more kids, and the comment that she left under that video confirming she's no longer with Zach, the fake Leah Ashe video where Leah is allegedly claiming that she's a victim, the sister of Leah Ashe actually allegedly posted a video about cheating, and then comments under that video among other things. So as you can tell, there's a lot of stuff to go over, and I do have to just say this for legal reasons, everything in this video is alleged, it's speculation, nothing's been proven in a court of law, so please take it with a grain of salt. I'm just presenting you information that myself and a lot of you guys in the Discord server have found. Full disclosure, I got so many tickets last night about this and a lot of this information, and a lot of you guys did send me the same info. So just to avoid people like fighting or anything like that, I'm just going to credit every single person who sent me a ticket that I used for this video in the description below, so please check that out. But with that in mind, again, keep in mind that this is all just alleged and nothing's been proven in a court of law. But anyways, getting straight into it. So recently, Megan has posted a couple new videos which allude to what has been going on in this situation. For those of you that may not know, allegations surfaced that Megan Play's best friend, Leah Ashe, was allegedly seeing Megan's husband, Zach. And keep in mind that Megan just had a child like a year and a half ago. So it's already bad enough to be allegedly cheated on, but to be cheated on when you have a child is like a whole other level of just messed up, especially when it's with your alleged best friend. Now, this first video that we're going to look at is this one, and I have to mute it because of copyright, but it basically says, putting myself in timeout for drunk crying on my first night out as a single baddie. So this is her confirming that she is in fact a single baddie, and a lot of you guys also mentioned to me in your tickets that she no longer wears her wedding ring, which is accurate. For a while now, actually, she hasn't been wearing her wedding ring in her videos, so this tells me that this has been an issue, or this has been something that's been happening for a decent chunk of time, and she just hasn't spoken on it until now. But again, that's just me speculating. Maybe she just didn't like wearing her ring. I don't know. This next video is basically one where it uses the audio "Anakin is gone," which basically references that like the old me is gone, it's a new me, which I can't put the audio because it's copywritten again, and then she writes "going out bye-bye." So this was a video that was posted prior to the last video that we looked at. And there's a lot of people in the comment section saying this is a thing that cheated, by the way, and it's a picture of her ex-husband, I would assume. Keep in mind, it's not clarified if they're divorced yet or just separated, because those are two different things. And typically divorce has to do more with like legality stuff and the way you divide up assets and money and stuff like that, child custody, etc. So I'm not quite sure what the status of their relationship is in that regard, but we do know that they are no longer together. Also, I do want to clarify, which I'm not defending Zach, but I think people need to recognize there's a lot more to a relationship than just looks. And I'm not trying to sit here and be like super woke or anything like that, but I think people just making fun of Zach's looks and be like, oh my god, look, he's so ugly, like this is the toad that cheated on you. Trust me, I think Megan is an absolutely beautiful woman, but I feel like you don't have to necessarily like call someone ugly to prove your point. Like, leave looks out of it. Judge people based on their actions, I feel like is a more reasonable and mature thing to do. Regardless, then I got this message, which was from one of you guys, by D, and I'm going to read it to you guys because it has some very interesting information regarding the video that came out, which if you guys haven't seen it, I'll put on the screen, but it's a video of Leah Ashe and Zach allegedly kissing. Now, I did get some conflicting information about this video. Some people said you can't see Leah's hand tattoos, they weren't sure if it was real, and then other people said it is real because Leah recently got her hair dyed and she had pink strands in her hair, and this video shows the pink strands. So how is it possible for AI to make a video of someone's newly done hair, because it's going to reference like old pictures of Leah, right? Because if you say make a video of Leah Ashe, it's just going to reference general images from the internet. So what this person writes by the name of D is Megan and Leah. Leah's sister has shared a video on her Instagram where someone is talking about how cheating affects the person that is being cheated on, etc. So I did look for this. I couldn't find the video. I'm assuming it was probably on her story because I checked her profile and there's lots of comments from people being like, talk about the situation, talk about the situation. I'll actually pull up one that this person left, and they said Amber has unfollowed Leah ages ago, and they had a YouTube channel together, but they stopped posting ever since. Amber does not have to explain anything, leave her alone. Which I agree with, which is why I'm not posting her Instagram on the video, because she's not involved with this. Okay, she's an innocent bystander. Just because she's related to Leah does not mean she is culpable. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But what this person claims is that she, I guess, posted a video about cheating, which I believe, I would assume must have been a story, because I guess it's expired now, and this was sent yesterday morning, so I probably just missed it. But when I looked at the link they sent me, it is a video about cheating, and it's by this like mental health group, and they have a lot of copyright stuff on their stuff, so I'm not going to put it in the video for like legal reasons. But it does talk about cheating. And so I'm assuming she posted this to her story. And if this is accurate, right, and that she did actually post this, and I guess it's expired now, that tells me that she stands with Megan and is trying to like discreetly say, hey guys, like I don't condone what my sister allegedly did. But again, I think it's unfair to expect Leah to make a whole statement about her sister, because her sister's actions aren't her responsibility. Then the comment goes on to say, and also for now few years, they haven't been following each other on Instagram, so I would assume something has happened between the two of them. And I have seen a lot of other comments about this too. I don't know what happened between the two of them, but it seems like they just aren't following each other. Then on top of that, this person writes, also, I highly doubt the Leah and Zach kissing video is AI, which I think a lot of people are also confirming, which we'll check out a video in a second here that maybe confirms this. This person writes, first of all, the best site to generate AI videos now is Sora AI, which we know typically has a watermark on it. And they have a policy where they can't generate copyrighted characters such as Mickey that we see on Zach's sweater, as the person that posted the video has proof that it is an AI, and they sent me the link to this video, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. But I did search this up. This is accurate. Sora AI now has a policy against doing copywritten characters, primarily because just the legal implications of that, right? Like if you have, example, Mickey Mouse, who's like copywritten or copyrighted by Disney, which I think that's running out actually pretty soon or something like that, the original Mickey. But regardless, basically, if you have Mickey Mouse, and example, copyright is there to protect your intellectual property, but also to protect your assets from being used in content that is unbecoming. So, Mickey Mouse is obviously a family-friendly character. He's meant to represent like happiness and joy. And so if someone's making a video of Mickey Mouse stabbing kids, that's obviously not good for the brand. It's going to look really bad. It's going to give them bad rep. It's going to make Mickey look like a violent character. And so they use copyright laws as a way to protect themselves from people using their characters in bad ways that would look bad on their image. And so I believe that this is why Sora AI had to implement these rules regarding copywritten materials. Now, if we get into the video that this person sent me, it's like kind of tricky to watch the video, and like with my VTuber model, it's just messy. So I'm gonna freeze my screen and play the video for you guys, and then we'll talk about it. Now, basically, that video shows the person that allegedly originally took the video going through all the different pictures and videos they took that day. And if you look at the metadata, you can see that this is obviously something that was taken in real time, or at least I think. Maybe they are an expert at editing. I have no idea. But in their camera roll, they were just visiting Disneyland, and they have pictures of different attractions, and all of a sudden, it goes to these videos of Leah and Zach. And I saw a lot of people in the comments being like, oh, well, like, how is it that you perfectly set up that video, and it was so straight, and you just knew it would happen at that time? But if you look at the videos on this phone, you can see they actually recorded several videos prior to the video we saw. And the video we saw, they actually just trimmed a bunch of the beginning off, where they had the phone kind of hidden and then popped it up. So that to me kind of reinforces the idea and notion that this is allegedly real, and I really hope that it's not. I'm still holding out hope that this is not real, because that's like just like terrible, and like really, does that need to be the case? But honestly, I don't even know. Now, what makes this wound burn even more is that a video has resurfaced of Megan talking with her husband, which I'm going to freeze my screen and play it for you guys, and then we're going to talk about it.
My junior and senior year, I lost all of my friends because, as you remember, the very first love of my life cheated on me with my best friend, and then we dated up a whole 3 months, so it was a really big deal. I knew him for a total of like 5 months, 6 months. It was a big deal. And he cheated on me with my best friend, and then I lost all my friends in that debacle.
So that video, as you could see, Megan was basically doing like a podcast sort of episode, I guess, with her husband. And she talks about how her first boyfriend, which although they only dated for a little bit of time, ended up cheating on her with her best friend, and how that hurt her. It really hurt her at the time. And, I understand some people, when they feel awkward, might just laugh, but her husband's kind of chuckle at the end, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way. And I think people now pulling this up, now that this has allegedly happened for a second time in Megan's life, it's like a gazillion times worse because it's her husband, right? It's just terrible, and it's horrible, and the comments under this video are just terrible. And on top of that, there's another video where, I don't think it was taken the same day or anything like that, but it's kind of like a similar format, where they talk about how many kids they want. And Megan talks about how she wants to have one kid, because this is before she gave birth to her daughter, and how she would like to adopt a second kid because she believes a lot of kids need homes and she'd like to adopt a kid. And somebody reposted the clip of this, which I'm going to play it for you guys, again, freezing my screen.
We've talked about having kids. How many kids do you think we're gonna have? Because like we are gonna have kids. That's the answer.
2, I think.
2, you think?
2, I think.
Yeah, we talked about maybe like having one kid and then like adopting the second kid.
Yeah, because I want to adopt, because I feel like there's so many children out there who don't have loving, amazing homes and holidays, and we have some additional resources, and I think it'd be a really fantastic opportunity to just welcome somebody into our family that really, really needs it. So I do want to adopt one.
Yeah, and then like the kid that we had, we could adopt a kid around the same age, so then they could grow up together, go to school together, like be in the same grade.
Be
like,
lifelong best friends.
It's like having twins basically without having twins.
Without having 2 newborns at once. My parents did that. I have a twin. I don't think they enjoyed it.
Yeah, so like
So as you can see, she was talking about this and in the video, and her husband's like, yeah. And under the video, this comment, which this is from one of the Discord users in my Discord, and I did confirm this is a real screenshot, and it reads, "She never got the chance to adopt the second child." And then Megan responded saying, "Never say never, maybe it won't be with Zach, but I'd still love the opportunity to take another kid in," with a heart emoji. And this is a real comment. So that again confirms that her and Zach are no longer together. On top of that, there is a video going around of Leah Ashe where she is talking about how, internet hate is really hateful and it's difficult to manage. And I'm not going to play the video just because I don't think Leah Ashe would like me playing her videos in my YouTube videos after kind of some of the stuff that I've discussed. But basically, it's a video of Leah Ashe sitting at her computer being like, like the hate's really hard, like it gets really difficult sometimes. And somebody under, false pretenses, uploaded this video and tried to portray it as this is a new video uploaded by Leah, okay? And, the comment section is obviously explosive. People being like, you're not the victim, because the person who's reposted this video is trying to spin the narrative that this is a video that Leah just uploaded and that it's about the situation, and she's claiming she's a victim regarding the Megan and Zach cheating scandal. However, this is not a new video. This video is very old. It is not new. And Leah Ashe, to our understanding, has not spoken about this at all. And so I think it's really harmful to be spreading fake videos and fake information, which is something I've seen quite a bit going around the community specifically, where people want to talk about a hot topic, and so they'll just take any information they can find and spit it out as fact, which is very damaging to everybody involved. And don't get me wrong, I think if the allegations are true and this did happen, which we're getting some evidence kind of erring on the side that it potentially could be true, but again, you never know. But I think even though Leah is seen as the villain in this situation, right, I don't think that gives you the right to lie about her and to put out fake content, because at the end of the day, her job is on the internet, and should she not be held accountable? Absolutely not. I think everybody should be held accountable for the things that they do, right? But at the same time, I think it's, harmful and a disservice to Megan to be posting content that is fake, because then real content is going to be further questioned and scrutinized, which I do not feel like is fair. So please be very careful with content you're interacting with, what content that you're viewing, reposting, and double check, triple check the content you're sending to other people is accurate. I did get a variety of messages from different people on my Discord server, which they won't be credited in the video, anybody who sent me misinformation, but there's a lot of people who, with no bad intention at all, sent me information that just wasn't true because they thought it was true. And that's why it's so important to do your due diligence and double check and fact check and source check everything that you're posting, because I can guarantee you 100% if you're getting your video from some random drama TikTok account that just hops around and talks about any, Megan plays drama, and then all of a sudden it's talking about Jake Paul the next day, and then it's talking about some other famous influencer, like they're probably not necessarily doing their due diligence and they're just spamming out these random videos. So please be very mindful what content you're engaging with and what content that you are talking about and presenting as fact, because it can be very harmful to everybody involved, regardless of, what people have done. People don't deserve for untruthful things to be spread about them, because that's really damaging. Now, anyways, so that was a lot of yapping. It was a lot of discussions about what has happened. And honestly, there's still a lot of conversations going around about whether or not they're actually divorced or if they're just separated. And I personally don't feel like anybody has the ability to speak on that, because we don't know. But I think it's evident from Megan's videos that her and Zach are not in a relationship anymore, and that Megan is now a single woman. Again, this further reinforced to me that this has been something that she potentially learned a little bit ago and couldn't talk about. And on top of that, this part is speculation. Keep that in mind, what I'm going to say right now. There's a lot of people online being like, you guys shouldn't talk about the situation. You shouldn't discuss it. You can't talk about it in a video. And this is speculation, but in my opinion, Megan wants people to talk about it. Okay? And the reason I think this is because when you're in a situation, which keep in mind I'm not a lawyer, but when you're in a situation that's as turbulent as a divorce, that is a result of an alleged cheating scandal, right? Especially when you're famous content creators in that situation, there's obviously a lot of money involved, social reputations, you know, brand image, stuff like that. There's a lot that is involved in these situations, okay? And I think the reason Megan hasn't outwardly said something about the situation, A, could be maybe she just doesn't want to, but B, in my personal opinion, and what I'm speculating is maybe she just doesn't have the ability to do that. Maybe there's ongoing stuff with the courts, maybe there's ongoing, you know, discussions with lawyers, maybe there's just ongoing decisions on like child custody and the way they're dividing their assets and stuff like that. Like there's so much to a situation, and I feel like her dropping hints and her making content confirming that she's single, you know, I think is her telling us that she wants us to know that something has happened. Because if she didn't want us to know, she'd just act like everything is fine. But obviously she wants other people to know. And I feel like too, she can't, like, I feel like people don't understand this, but when you're a massive influencer, you can't just go out and say, this girl did this to me, guys, like, go attack her, because then you can get sued. Like, even if it's 100% true, people can still sue you for damages and damages to their reputation. And like, the US legal system is, to be honest, kind of messed up in the sense that you can sue like anybody. And it's like, it's just like really silly in my opinion. But I feel like for legal reasons, Megan has to be careful what she's saying. And that's why she isn't outwardly saying, you know, certain things. That's in my opinion why I might think that. And that's why at the end of the day, I feel like it's important for people to be able to have open conversations about stuff, especially when it's posted to the internet. It's not like people are going and like trying to hack into her like personal accounts or like are trying to ask her family members for information. This is information that has been posted to the internet, that has been reposted, that Megan is currently still posting, and that tells me that she wants people to understand the situation, she wants people to discuss it, and I think it's fair that if something's posted to the internet that people can talk about it. But regardless, whether or not something is posted to the internet, you still need to be respectful with the way that you address it, and just regurgitating fake news is not very fair to anybody involved. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. And again, like in my previous videos, if you can show Megan some love, I think that would be a really good thing to do right now. Of course, she's a famous YouTuber, so she probably has lots of money, but you never know, right? Like maybe just giving her a viewership boost and checking out her channel for those that maybe haven't, you might realize that you actually really enjoy her content. So leaving a nice comment, telling her that you appreciate her, that you're hoping she's doing well, stuff like that can actually go a really long way, as opposed to just leaving comments about like, oh my god, Megan, your husband cheated? Because she doesn't need a constant reminder. If this is the truth, she already knows it. Okay, she doesn't need you guys to regurgitate that 500 times in her comment section and bug her whether or not this is true. Leave a nice comment or don't comment anything at all, honestly. And to those of you that are going and attacking Leah and Zach and posting fake videos of them and like posting videos saying that Leah's a victim and all this stuff, like, let up on it. I think it's you're allowed to hold people accountable, but holding people accountable for something that hasn't been fully proven yet, and doing so with really nasty, intense verbiage, I feel like is doing a disservice to everybody. So just be mindful of what you say, because your words and actions can have consequences, and you have to be careful the way that you're, you know, posting things and saying things on the internet, especially when it's a very sensitive situation. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below, respectfully. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!